Hello, I'm Red Pocketwatch, and this is Watch Pocket Gaming. Yes, it's a terrible pun and I need a better intro. Let's go. Okay, so this is a match that I played about a month ago now. And I want to draw your attention to the sentry on the other team. I should mention in this context that, because this was before sentry got nerfed, but also G-Dov. I checked just before recording this. Right now he's 6th on the leaderboards, so he's kind of good. But, well, I guess kind of my point is, you shouldn't, if you see someone on the enemy team who you know is really good, you shouldn't just give up, because, like, however good they may be, they're not invincible. In particular, while, like, G-Dov is definitely better than I am at the game, I do think he has possible issues. Like, I feel like sometimes he overextends a bit, which, you might think that's ridiculous. If he's such a good player, why would he make such a sort of rookie mistake of overextending a lot? But actually, I feel like the opposite may be true, that because since he's so good, a lot of the time he will be noticeably better than his opposition, so he'll overextend and he'll get away with it. Whereas if he was not as good, then he'd get punished when he overextended, and so he'd try to break the habit. Whereas as it is, as I said, like, if he can get away with overextending, then he'll probably keep doing it. So, other than that, I'm playing Coco. So far I'm just farming up, because, like, they're clearly, they have an advantage, but yeah, okay, so that's kind of an example, possible overextending. I mean, you always want to be careful around the bottom turret on Nagio, because people can just drop down unseen, like I just did. And also, like, he wasn't on particularly high health doing that. So yeah. Let me take a look at the items. Not that significant. I'm going to switch the chat off for the moment. See, despite that I hit the wrong button, that's the one for no chat. I didn't mean to turn off the whole UI. Yeah, so, like, my team, obviously, despite that little double kill earlier, is still a bit down in levels, so we have to be defensive. And, yes, this beacon, I'm pretty sure he's going to get himself killed with this beacon in a minute. Yeah, that I think was overambitious on my part, thinking that I could catch him there. Although I might have been okay if Nor hadn't been there, and of course I didn't know he was there because he was down in the hidden area, which I couldn't see. Where I've respawned. Not actually buying anything with my 45 solar. Can't afford anything. But yeah, so like, at this point I'm mostly focusing on just farming droids to try and equalize the level disparity and just trying to stay safe, hoping that the enemy team will maybe overextend a bit. Which, like that. I don't care how good you are, with that little health, you don't want to teleport directly in front of a turret. that I don't even understand what he was trying to do, because he teleported in front of the turret. I think he did then put up his shield, so I guess he was trying to charge a black hole, but still, I'm gonna die. So yeah, I guess like I overextended a bit as well, which may have been a general thing. Of course, I see that we've got this guy down, knowing that he's good, and figure, let's push up and overextend myself. But in any case, yeah, and you see, I got Thunderstriker, the extra knockback upgrade on Ball Lightning, specifically because like I kind of noticed that G-Dov was possibly having issues with overextending, and of course the extra knockback can make that worse. It also works on Nor. I mean, to be honest, that can be a general thing with Sentry, because like he'll potentially, whoever is playing him, he'll potentially want to be kind of walking into turrets and stuff to charge his black hole, which makes him an obvious target for just being caught with a knockback and pulled into a situation that he doesn't have enough shield to get out of. Like that, because like a lot of people would have, a lot of Nauts rather, would probably have wanted to hang back a bit, and so when I threw the ball at them, they would have been able to dodge it. But he obviously activated his shield because he wanted to come forward and take the damage so he could drop a black hole on us, which meant that he was not so much in a position to dodge the ball, so I just catapulted him out of his turret into where we could kill him. That was a nice rift from Raylan, getting me that kill. It's a general thing about Sentry, actually. Like, a lot of the time when Sentry puts his shield up, you want to stop attacking him because you don't want to give him too much damage for his black hole. But on the other hand, like, sometimes you can see, well, his shield is not enough, he doesn't have the health. So in fact you can just kill him straight out. But of course, if you fail to get that right, then it'll obviously turn out badly for you in the long run. So you have to be careful about it. Yeah, good rifts from our Raylan. And so now, obviously, we have taken the advantage with, you know, we are up one turret and some kills. Okay, so G-Dov went down anyway. I detonated the ball a bit early there, because obviously I was trying to pull him in from here over to here, but Leon managed to get him anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Stealing the enemy team's creeps, like, but basically, I generally feel like anything which may be considered to, I'm just gonna die here. Leon probably shouldn't have just jumped in to take the black hole damage with me. Yeah, I generally feel like anything that is kind of specifically your opponents, if it's on their side of the map, be it jungle creeps or okay, like I'm sure Leon could have gotten that kill quicker, and he almost gets killed for his troubles, but nicely done. Yes, anything that essentially belongs to the enemy team, so like jungle creeps or health packs on their side of the map, it tends to be, in my opinion, a good idea to just take them whenever you safely can do so. Which obviously I could back then when I started this sentence. Always check your hidden areas, and preferably have a bit more health, so you'll be less at risk of dying when you do so. But obviously it was better than if I'd just walked forwards and been pounced the other way. Oh man. Yeah, trying to find an invisible player, very problematic. I almost killed him. Since I suppose I haven't mentioned... No, I haven't made a video as Coco before this one. So let's talk the build. I have my superconductor, thunder striker, heavenly fire, and now I'm building into the blaze. Okay, yeah, like damage and slow. I end up with damage from the Chuck's board and double slow disruptor and siphon disruptor. And usually I would want to emphasize the damage earlier on. I mean, partly because this is solo queue, I can't necessarily trust my teammates to follow up if all I do is slow. But also because, in general, you want the damage. But in this case, because I was specifically kind of focused on trying to sort of punish overextensions and get their knockbacks into turrets, the slow is significant for that. Also, actually, because obviously I managed to save up the requisite 300 solar, which sometimes I won't manage to save that up. I'll just have to go back with just enough to get more damage, which obviously is cheaper. Yes, obviously I'm buying pills now because I'm having trouble surviving things. Yeah, and obviously basically the way I play it is I try to get the knockbacks where I can, otherwise I mostly focus on jumping on people with the blaze and getting them with the superconductor particles. So actually I think like build something... Oh wow, G-Dov almost dead, but not enough. I think builds of this sort may be somewhat popular at this point, I'm not sure. Nor being a bit overzealous there, trying to get the kill on our Raelin. Because, I mean, like, if it was just 1v1, then that might have worked out, but teammates are a thing. This is why, of course, you should always watch the minimap, and pay attention when your teammates call for help, but also why you should be careful how hard you go for Owen for a kill. Too slow there. Although she did just jump straight back up into the blaze, so it worked out. Yes, you should be careful how hard you go in on someone for a kill. Certainly, like, if you're on their side of the map and you know their teammates are around to potentially help them. The other use of knockback, of course, is just to get people away from you when they're trying to kill you.
What did I say
And,
again?
indeed, from your teammates. Oh yeah, I was saying, like, I think builds basically focusing on blaze damage early may be somewhat popular at this point, and okay, I did not realise that our Raelin had not bought Snipe before this. And that's weird. Like, I mean, I can accept, like, some Raelins may want to just focus purely on Rift and auto attack, and that can be effective. But then, if you're going to do that and only buy Snipe fairly late on, why do you get flashy glasses? You know, you're already level 20. You're getting so much less use out of it. I mean, when I play Raelin, I focus more on the Rift and the auto attack. But I buy Snipe and flashy glasses first, just because it'll help me to get the solar for the other stuff that much quicker. Yeah, I showed up too late to that, really. If I'd turned up a bit sooner, then maybe the fight would have gone better for my team in general. I think this was kind of a general issue throughout the match. We would have done much better if we'd just stuck together as a team more, and if I didn't just run straight into certain death. I mean, sure, I couldn't see Sentry was there, but I still probably shouldn't have been kind of testing with all like that. Other things that I can say about this. Oh. Right, and then this is the turning point. Which, like, I assume it wasn't a rage quit, because, like, they were winning. Pretty much. Although the levels are still in our favour, it's just they were playing more together, I think, and G-Dov is good, stuff like that. Now, obviously, we have the advantage. Yeah. Killing a bot means very little. Oh, was I? Oh, I'm up to maximum blaze damage. I haven't been paying attention to what I've got. Yeah. Oh yeah, like, focusing on blaze damage is apparently fairly popular at the moment, possibly, but like, I've got to say, when I started using this build, I saw pretty much no one doing it. And actually, that's still somewhat the case. It may be that it's sort of popular in tournament play, but in just public solo queue stuff, I see most Cocos just go straight for ball damage, and wow, I'm not sure how that kill failed to happen, though obviously I didn't see most of it. So Okay, yeah. Stuff is still happening. the Sentry Black Hole is pretty threatening, and he has max health at this point. Basically, like, Sentry is the Sentry. G-Dov is the only person on the... I missed that whole fight, hang on. Okay, so I've just respawned, and I feel like G-Dov is overextending. Yeah. Because, like, at the start of that fight I definitely had the health advantage, and it kind of evened out, except for then my ball was coming off cooldown, which, like, and now I'm going to get killed by the bot, which is incredibly embarrassing. But, I mean, when getting into a fight, really, like, obviously you want to bear in mind the health differential between you, but you also really want to bear in mind the cooldowns, because, like, there's a massive difference between, like, if you just, like, stand there facing each other and trying to kill each other with your auto attacks, and if you actually use your skills, because that's where the bursts come that really make a significant change to that health differential in a short space of time. Yeah, I swear sometimes my mouse just doesn't respond to the second click when I'm trying to detonate a ball lightning on my face. It's very frustrating. And I totally missed that ball. If I had hit that ball, then I think I would have killed Nor and lived. But instead I balled the floor, and yeah. Don't ball lightning the floor, it doesn't do anything. So, kills, deaths. Yeah, I'm at 7 and 9 because of these stupid things that I've been doing. Well, I mean, like, it's also somewhat, yeah, like, this is why a lot of the time I prefer to ignore the bots as much as I can. But yeah, we should be able to get kill here, yeah. Because he was just trapped, but while all the time that was going on, the turret was going down. I managed to detonate it this time. But now, of course, our base is exposed, which means we have to be very careful. And like, their back turrets aren't even cracked on the minimap. So, yeah. Have to be very careful clearing everything. And yeah, Raylan calls to defend, and I also then look at the minimap and see that basically the whole enemy team is coming in. I'm kind of harassing. I take the health creeps, partly because I needed the health, but also partly so that they couldn't get them as they were falling back. And here I am lagging out. But oh wow. Yeah, that... I thought he was going to die from the blaze there, but not quite, apparently. And I'm still kind of lagged out, because evidently that mine was not actually there. Yeah. I could do with some better internet, really. And another case of the mouse being weird, because I swear I was aiming that ball to the right, and it fired, like, down left. Yeah, so I'm using my knockback more to keep things away from the base at this point. Unless I feel like pulling a knot in closer will allow us to kill them. And see, this time I remember what happened last time, and so I made sure to keep my distance from Clunkbot a bit more. And it would take too long for our droids to get up there, so I kind of just run at the turret. Of course, Raylan has the droid spawn, and that is Sentry at our base because he had a teleport beacon, but yeah, we were able to catch him. That's the issue. Like, it can be quite effective as Sentry, having a teleport beacon at the enemy base, so that you can just go straight in to, like, backdoor. But I mean, you're not going to take down their base that quickly. As I lag out more. So, and the thing is, like, if the enemy team come back for you and you don't have teammates to help, like, you're probably not getting out of there. So, like, what I generally do in situations like that is I'll teleport in to the beacon, and then I'll shoot the base a bit so that the enemy team get worried and will rush back to defend it. But then, can we kill this knob? Yes. Yeah, he really could have done with teammates there. But going in 1v2 didn't work out for him. But yes, a Sentry trying to kind of backdoor. The enemy team finally gets a third again. Like, I would generally go for, like, teleporting into the beacon and, like, shooting the base a bit so that the enemy team get the message that their base is under attack and they'll rush back to defend. Meanwhile, I teleport back to my own base, like, regularly, and then the fact that the enemy team have fallen back to their base means that my team can advance and take control of more of the map. Of course, now things are fairly even, and it's unfortunate timing that G-Dov happened to be there with a massive black hole. But really, Raylan was overextended, because she was up here by herself while we were sort of hanging around here, at this sort of latitude of the map. And of course, invisibility is a thing that one has to worry about in general on Aguillon, and even more so when one of your opponents is Leon, who doesn't even need the orb. I'm alive again. So let's watch this exciting walking that I'm doing to get back out to the middle of the map. I'm going to try and speak in as muted a manner as possible and completely ignore what my teammate is doing where she was attacking with the invis. So it's rather foolish of me, but apparently she got... Well, no wait, Leon got the kill, but... Yeah. Pay attention to your teammates, particularly if they take the invis orb, because you can do a lot with that stealth. And you can miss ball lightnings. So yeah, now... Yeah, that's like the power of displacement abilities. Particularly, it makes it very difficult for people to defend their bases. I'm looking for health, and we win. So yes, when you see a really good player on the enemy team, don't give up. They can still make mistakes, and also their teammates can still rage quit or have internet problems, leaving you with a 3v2. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, it was a decent match. Good.